Greetings, greetings, greetings. I feel like getting my sound bowl, actually. You know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I just heard sound bowl ringing, so not actually, etherically. So, anyway, grab that. I'm gonna be extremely transparent here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the transparency, I guess. Talking to myself. Charisma. My name's Charisma. I don't know why I didn't want to just type that in the title, but it's in the video now, I guess. I don't know, I felt weird typing it, but that's my name. So I need to get used to using my name, my real name, instead of my stage name, but my stage name is my stage name, you know? And life is a stage. I don't know. I am Auroracle Gems. So let me give me a sec, because I feel like it resonates. I have two sound bowls. Let's do some energy. Might not be clear, but we're gonna clear through the screen. And we're gonna do the big one first, what I'm feeling. Take 3 deep breaths before we go into my testimony. Why is it not? Okay, I don't know, it's not doing a thing. But anyway. That was nice. That was beautiful. That was lovely. Got the sage. I really like to just inhale it through my nose. But yes. I'm gonna take a little sip before I start my testimony. Beautiful, beautiful. I am Auroracle Gems, and it's been on my mind for a while now, but I'm finally sharing my testimony. I feel like I need my pillow. It's fine. If I want it later, I'll get up and grab it, but just keep going for right now. So this is my testimony. This is titled Breaking Burdening Barriers, Generational Curses. I would say generational cycles, because there's so many blessings within our generation. We just need to clear away the muck. So we'll see how long. I usually get tired talking like after like 40 minutes, but we'll see how long this goes. I want to share my testimony. Grab the pillow, girl. Grab the pillow. But yeah, blanket right here. Ain't even got it. Yes. So sharing my testimony and my testimonial of spiraling into the dark realms, basically being guided to, how do I form this? Let it come through. Basically being guided into transforming. It's just a giant transformation that comes in little spurts of deaths and rebirths. And it's basically cycling me into my dark feminine, into a lot of the shadows that linger within the bloodline, and just my journey of clearing them out and activating deeper codings within my genetics, within my DNA, to really be the most potent expression of my truest essence, which is love. And so yes, so I'm gonna get started with uh, the beginning of me spiraling, I would say. I guess it was just kind of like an unraveling, because you grow up, we grow up in this society with lots of programs, lots of minds brainwashing and all of these false templates, and we learn to use coping mechanisms growing up as children. So, whew, it's hot in here. But yes, two people. Greetings. But yes, we learn to just basically cope as we're growing up, and then everything is just buried underneath. And this is my journey of being triggered into deeper healing that guides me to clearing the way for my bloodline. And man, just being guided here, it's honestly an honor, even though it was hell, not gonna hold you. It's an honor to be able to like guide women. This is just the beginning of my journey. Like, I'm not even certified yet, like not physically anyways. To guide women deeper into healing their wombs so they can clear the karma for their bloodline, and so we can better just and be a pure embodiment of love. I'll make sure I'm deep breathing through this. So we can really create and manifest the life that we desire here on this earthly realm. And so yes, so it all started for me at the age 18. And wow, that's crazy. I'm 26. What the heck? I'm 26 years old according to the calendar. I don't age, okay? It's according to these people. And this all started for me. I would say my first awakening happens at 18. Well, 17, that's when I went through my stages of my stage of, I guess we can go a little deeper, why not? I always had this stage all the way through middle school all the way through 16. I had this temporary stage of, I call it my white boy phase. I was just into strictly white boys, and you can see where the programming comes in, because I liked it because I loved romance. I've always been a romance gal, and you only see romance. Hello, Moonshine Igniter. You only see romance on television with white people, like with white males. I didn't grow up seeing loving affection, romancing from black men on the television. So I was just like, okay, I like white boys. They the only ones who know how to romance. All I see is these ghetto hood niggas. Yeah, anyway, these ghetto hood niggas all over the television. So I'm like, okay, I was just into white guys, and I just had all these crushes on all these white guys, and it was just a mental thing. But once I hit 17, I think it was me being homeschooled. I was homeschooled at 17. So I guess it was just me. I went through my pro-black phase at 17 years old. I think homeschooling really had something to do with it, honestly. I had more mental clarity. I had more time alone, not around so many different energies. And so once I turned 18, I think I was coming out. That's when I was like, once I went through my pro-black phase at 17, I was just like, yeah, that's when I started watching people like, what's his name? Oh, Umar Johnson. I watched a lot of men. I was watching so many men. I can't remember all their names. I think I might have, that's when I probably made living in Miami. And he was just in his videos in his apartment. Like that's when I was just following a lot of males specimens at the time. But now these days I'm just I'm like, I only really, almost some men I'll listen to talk, but it's mostly women. Like really this is where most of the wisdom really comes through and speaks through, the womb holders and the gatekeepers. And yeah, that's what it's on. And once I turned 18, that's when I started getting into, I guess, deeper into my spirituality. I don't think I really had that much of a grounded sense of spirituality at 17 or before, though I was guided spiritually by my father my whole life. We were like, I guess it's like we were doing Christian things, but we were like, there was something deeper there that my father was guiding me with it. But generations back, it was Christianity, just going to church and just being there. I don't even know what was going on as a kid. I was just there. They did a lot of weird stuff, but I was there and it was fun. But now at 18, suddenly I'm questioning God. I started questioning God and water. I I started questioning God. It was just one night I was in a car with my mom. I think this is the first instance that I felt it come up. I was just like, what is God? Who is God? Like, truly, like, y'all speak of God. Like, I already know they were speaking of God in Christianity, but I'm like, nah, deeper. Let's go deeper. What really is God? Like, and I was just like having all these insights. And that's when I started getting into crystals. I started getting into a lot of online things that now I see wasn't really, you just got to be careful with the internet and like this spiritual community. I got swept into a lot of different things. I was into a lot of group chats, looking for people to connect with. Actually, this started at 16. I was on Kick. I was on Kick. Do y'all remember Kick? K-I-K, the little app where you can text people. I was all on Kick, strange men in my DMs, just weird stuff. Like, I had 35-year-olds hitting me up at 16, and I was into that. Like, anyways, we gonna, that spirals back. But anyways, crazy stuff, right? Like, watch your children. Like, the cell phones. But like 18, I was getting pulled into Buddhism. Like, I was just attracted, very much attracted to Buddhism. And I remember before 18, I wasn't even praying. Like, no, still 18. I think I was maybe starting to get into just speaking things before going to sleep. Like, we used to do this as children, but then I stopped throughout middle school somehow. But 18, I'm getting drawn into Buddhism and crystals and I guess maybe some herbs or whatever. It was very popular. This is when it starts popping on the internet, or like I get pulled into like the spiritual community, which I'm realizing now is a lot of toxicity, a lot of people just looking for healing and connection, and just a lot of things with psychedelics. I got swept into the psychedelic realm, and you cannot just, the psychedelic thing goes deep. Like, yes, there is a psychedelic healing. The herbs do offer a sense of healing, but you need to connect to the plant. But you first really have to be connected with yourself. And we really hold the healing within our vessels. But of course, I ain't know that shit. I ain't know none of that. Like, I'm clueless, bro. I'm clueless. Like, it's one of those things where you're intuitive, you know, without knowing that you know. And you're just like, I'm just out here, bro. I'm figuring stuff out on my own. And I'm diving into Buddhism and I'm getting the crystals. I'm buying crystals off of Amazon. Like, this is where I'm at in my life. And it's where it was more conflict, I say, with my father figure. And he guided me spiritually my whole life. So grateful, so grateful for that. Putting me on stuff at 11 years old that most children don't even know about. That was just that they get swept into a sense of mind control, I would say. So I'm grateful for that. But that's when I started thinking for myself at 18. I'm just like, okay, what is God? Y'all not questioning these things? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Who is this God in this Bible? Like, that you guys say we follow, but look what they just mentioned, slaves in there. So it's like, and that it's normal and okay. And it's just, I was just going through this whole internal thing with myself. And yeah, and that's when I was so self-conscious. So 18 is also the age that I started going deeper, I guess, into self-love. I think 18 is definitely the beginning of my self-love journey. I wore shorts for the first time at 18. I was just so self-conscious of my body. And I started tapping into my sexuality at 16. You guys, I didn't even know, please talk to your children. Like, have certain conversations appropriately at certain ages. You know, like at 8 years old, my mom didn't dive in depth with me about periods, but like she just mentioned, yeah, you got, like, she literally was like, the videos you see on YouTube, I'm sorry, the videos you see on television with the little pads and the blue liquid, yeah, you guys are just gonna have to do with that thing, blood out of the poom. Okay. Like, and this is it. And like, you learn through, you know, they have the sex ed in school, and like, you have to I was leaning on that in YouTube, honestly. So when it came, I wasn't surprised. Okay, so this is what she was talking about. It's here. And that happened in 5th grade. And so, like, just gosh, figuring things out on my own and like finally loving my body. I just don't even know where these insecurities came from. I just feel like kids are just naturally confident until we kind of take it away. But I finally wore shorts for the first time at 18, and I thought my thighs were just so big. And I'm looking back, I was the smallest. I was so small. 18 years old. And that's when my confidence, gosh, I'm really just really truly tapping into my confidence, honestly, at 26 years old. So it's a long journey. It's just something that it just takes nurturing. You have to re-nurture yourself and reparent yourself. And yeah. And once I turned 19, that's when I started recording my dreams, writing them down in a journal. And then that's when I met hell. That's what I'm gonna say. I met this. Now I'm realizing it was just really something to shine a light on my relations with my father figure. It was showed up in another person, of course, who I got into a romantic partnership with. It was a long distance relationship. I want to give him a nickname. We're gonna call him PP. Pushing P. We're gonna call it PP Pushing P. Either one of those. I think it's funny. She leaving again? She just left, bro. My mom just came back twice and she's leaving a third time in a row. Anyways, sidebar. And I'm trying to get all this sunlight. But anyways, back on topic. We're gonna call her Pushing P. That's funny. They both leaving. Okay. See ya. Yeah, so they Pushing P entered my life, and that was a direct reflection of my father. The direct reflection of the relationship that I had with my father. Like, it was pretty much all the dark sides. Anyways, and really nothing positive. Anyways, it was just a really dark spiral into the underworlds. It dragged me, y'all. It dragged me slowly to where it didn't even seem like I was being dragged. You know what a frog, like if the water's boiling, the frog jump in, they're not gonna jump. But if you like put them in the water and slowly heat it up, they're gonna stay and get comfortable. That's what it was. That's what it's giving. And that's when they came out. They seemingly came out of nowhere. I was starting to dive deeper into spirituality. I was starting to gain confidence. Insights was coming through. The vision started coming through. Shit was popping spiritually. Like, the ancestors really was coming through. I was really going through activations. And then I guess this was part of the initiation. Hilarious, right? It's really giving the anime where the the activation is they have to actually fight the demon. Like, the demons come and they actually have to, like, they can't until they defeat it. They not initiated. Yeah, that's what it's giving. But anyways, I've spiraled into like this whole realm of darkness. And we're diving deep, y'all. There's trigger warning. It's gonna be a whole bunch of triggers if you're watching this, probably if you've been through stuff. Anyways, this is what it is, and we're dealing with this collectively. So let's rip this shit. Sorry, if I cuss, I cuss. Anyways, we're gonna rip this shit up and really unravel it and dive into what we're going on, what we're actually dealing with, especially as women, especially as Indigenous women. Not only from our men, but our men are going through this within the feminines within themselves upon the dark entities on this planet. So let's get into it. I spiraled into this dark realms, and y'all, let me give y'all the tea hot. Anyways, I haven't talked about this. I've never talked about this out loud, obviously. So this is my testimony. Wow, let's get this off my titties so we can get to the deliciousness. Anyways, boom, boom, power. So I was 19 and I met this individual through social media. I was on Twitter. This person met me through Twitter, Pushing P. And, this person was from Cameroon also. And I remember when I first introduced this individual to my parents, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in love. I found my husband. Anyways, you thought, psych. Man, it was like, they were like, no. Because let's really get into it. I'm not gonna filter it what it is. They're like, oh, I was like, yeah, he's from and because he was African, they were just like, now, just because I guess there was lots of related people who were close to my people, who were women, Black American women, Indigenous women of America, who went through just abusive relationships from mostly Nigerian men, because most of the African men who come here are mostly either Nigerian or Ghanaian. They just experience a lot of extremely abuse from. But I'm like, people are people. There's a lot of abusive, like, so it's, anyways, it's just having that. There's abusive people all over the planet. You know what I mean? But anyways, he was from Cameroon, and man, it was just like a whole thing. Um, and I'm just now being grateful for being shown the darkness so I can face the darkness and like really rip the seams open and really drag forth the things that need to be healed and integrated within my bloodline. And really that spirals out into the bigger picture of integrating that through humanity. So where we're at as humans right now, and what the dark forces here that we're actually battling, and really it's just like a reflection of our darkest selves and just not loving ourselves. So we're gonna get into that further down the line. But yes, met this person on Twitter. I remember it specifically, I was just on social media way too much. I was looking for coping mechanisms. I didn't love myself. I didn't love myself. I'm looking for love through people. I was not finding it from my family members. I'm looking for I felt a sense of, it was really a false ass connection because I kept coming, for the lack thereof, across horny men through the internet, just looking for some sense of release because they're looking for deeper healing. And this leads into circumcision. I have a video posted about the circumstances of circumcision. That's the video on my page. You can look. I don't have that many videos. You can easily scroll and find it. That's a whole sidebar. I might spiral into that later. Who knows? But yeah, just looking for this connection through Kick. Kick was popping back then in high school, as I was coming out of high school. And I went on a whole hiatus of schooling because I'm like, okay, I just went through 12 years of school. Y'all want me to go to college? I'm finna take a whole 2 year. I took a 2 year break. Like, I'm not finna jump right into college after all of this schooling and I'm fighting depression. I'm finna be chilling. Like, I was very much chilling like a villain right after high school. Just enjoying, like, yes, I didn't even get my diploma right away. I forgot about that. I didn't even get my diploma right away because I was homeschooled. A cousin, child, why we listening to people? But anyways, no shade. A cousin that I knew, obviously my cousin, of course I know them, just gave me advice to get into this not boarding school, what do they call it? Charter school, which is where you do all the stuff on a computer. That slowed me down so much because that charter school, I'm not gonna say their name, very much unprofessional. Get it together. Hopefully they have it together by now because this was a while ago. Dang, time flies. But yeah, I got into this charter school that slowed me down so much with getting my diploma. And then I ended up going all the way back through FSCJ, was it? To get my, through this program that I went through. And it was just to give you your passing certification, but they're like, we're actually just going to give you your actual diploma. And that's when I found out, you guys, they're not telling us so much about the system. When you're putting your children in through the schooling system, you really can actually graduate at 16 years old. If you go through the same program that I went through this program at, like, was I 19? I think I was supposed to graduate at 18. I didn't graduate. I was supposed to be 2016. Yeah, I was supposed to graduate in 2016. I didn't graduate to 2017. I didn't get my actual diploma until 2017. There was a whole ceremony. Wait, was there a ceremony? Yeah, there was a whole little ceremony at FSCJ, and it was interesting. I ended up connecting back with a friend through that program. So I feel like it was just everything's divinely orchestrated. I feel like it happened how it was supposed to happen. I met up with that friend again, and we connected. Hope she's doing great. But yes, and I graduated from that, and I kept failing the test by 2 points. Crazy stuff with the system, but I want to get back on topic, reel this back in. So yeah, what was I going with this? Child. Anyways, yeah, I got sidebar with the internet thing. I'm trying to stay focused. I thought it was a distraction at the time, but realized it was really a part of the journey to deeper healing. It's a game. But yeah, so 19, met this person on the internet. Gosh, I remember on Twitter they literally made a post that was naked truth, and that was literally it, just naked truth. That's all they posted, and I retweeted it, and I guess they saw, you can see who retweets your stuff, so they DM'd me, and then I was just drawn into that individual, and I was just so attracted to this person. I was just allured. Oh my goodness. And they had like this heavy darkness about them that I just loved. I just loved it. And I was like, your darkness, I love it. Ooh, not speculate. Let me stop. I'm not gonna be petty. But for real, so I got pulled in. We started talking. This was, I literally remember so specifically, this was in December. Um, Beautiful being that I met in September while I was still in charter school before I graduated. Um, Before I actually left there, which I think was officially at 19, I think. They put me through so much crap. Anyways, yeah. Um, Beautiful being that I had met. It's just so crazy how I was seeing. I actually met, that's when I met my home girl. That's crazy. And she was, anyways, that's just the whole thing, how it's singing. I'm not gonna get sidebarred into that. But beautiful connections. Anyways, I met this person literally December 19th. We met via DMs on I'm sorry, not Instagram, on Twitter. I even forget Twitter exists. I've been deleted that crap. It was just so, you're just reading people's thoughts and feelings, and it's just, try to avoid that too much. And 5 days later, this person was a traveler, so it was like, yeah, I'll come see you. Shit, I love to drive around. And again, getting drawn into fads on the internet, I saw a lot of sex magic, a lot of spiritual things of like crystal psychedelics and sex magic, and I saw LSD, and I'm like, ooh, everybody's doing LSD, I want to try. And I was making silly ass jokes because I didn't know what the experience would be like. I'm making jokes that like, girl, you would like, you don't want that. I'm like, let's do LSD and skydive, ha ha, wouldn't that be fun? Like, I don't even know what LSD is. I don't even know what this substance is, what it's gonna do to me. I couldn't barely even handle it when I took it, child. So like, girl, sit down somewhere. You just following stuff, look, literally following fads on the internet. That's where I was at in my life. And that's where I was at in my life. Um, and so I'm trying to do LSD now, and this person wants to come see me. We literally, this person, we met on Twitter December 19th of whatever year, I can't remember, 2019? Yeah. And then 5 days later, we met in person because they drove to come see me all the way from Maryland to Florida. And they literally, and then we were like, let's do sex magic. And then we just, everything was just so sexual, so right off, and red flag, anyways. But is it? Yeah, anyways. Where do you draw the line? But anyway, but yeah, for real. Like, are you courting me? Anyways, literally straight into that. And it's crazy because when they actually came down here, I was bleeding. And I'm like, yeah, my period just came. And it's crazy because later down the line, when I went to go see them in Maryland, which my father was just, he forbid it. He was like, no. And I made up a lie to go see him. So, child, I went to go see him and I was bleeding. So it's like, and then I had period sex, child. Raw period sex. Ooh, yeah. Because I don't even like those things. But anyways, straight up. And it was not great, y'all. I'm telling you. Like, it was a lot of psychic sex. It was a lot of cosmic sex. It was a lot of, like, mind games. It was a lot of, like, I can, like, make love to you from distance through the phone. But when we meet in person, it's dead-ass energy. The energy's dead. I'm not aroused. I'm not stimulated. It's nothing there, bro. My coochie getting, sorry. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm having sex with this person, just pain. And we're taught that this sex is supposed to be painful, to pop our cherries, and we're virgins that are getting, and they're taking our virginity, and all of it is just very much rapey. It's giving rape. It's giving coercion. That's what it's giving. It's giving trying to steal my magical bliss. That's what it's giving. And use it as a weapon against me. Isn't that crazy? That's what they're doing on the planet. And that's what these men are embodying against these women. And this is what we're here to transmute and heal and release. And I was just loving all of the toxicity. I'm not going to hold you. I got drawn into some really dark realms with this individual. And I loved every second of it. Like, I actually, we got to this thing. I saw him 5 days later. He stayed for 2 days here. I guess he slept in his car. Yeah, he slept in his car. I saw him on Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. I guess he slept in his car, and I saw him the next day again. Literally trying to meet this person. I was getting crystals. It's crazy how it lined up. I was getting crystals from this lady, um, she was going to give me a rose quartz and a clear quartz, and those were the crystals that kept coming to me. So like these crystals, it's valid energetically. Lots of these crystals are aligned with your crystal body, but a lot of these crystals are very aggressive against your crystal body, like malachite, for example, and raw hematite can be very aggressive too. Those are just examples, but keep in mind then amethyst. Those are the two main ones. She was going to give me two crystals for free, and she just so happened to be visiting her family here in Jacksonville. As she hit me up, she pulled up in a nice whip too. Like, oh, this nice. But yeah, she pulled up. We met at Starbucks. She bought me Starbucks. She bought me a meal. I think we went to Panera. She bought me a Panera. And we just talked, and then she dropped me off. And I was like, yeah, see ya. And I'm meeting up. I'm just nervous because I'm like, my mom gonna come pick me up soon. And I'm on the phone with this person, like, let's meet up. Boy, like, hurry up so my mom don't know I'm meeting a boy at 19. And we meet up. And we meet up in Dollar Tree, and it came full circle because eventually I ended up getting a job at Dollar Tree at 19 later that year. That was my first job ever. And I worked that job like a champ. I was like one of the top working performers on the job, period. I'm gonna do the job better than anybody else, okay? I just love organizing stuff. And Dollar Tree, everything was $1 back then. It's $1.50 now because inflation. But anyways, $1.25. But yeah, that's the store anyways. Anyway, but yeah, like, and it's just funny how it works, how I ended up working there later. We met up at that place, sat in front of Walmart, just kicked it and vibe in front of the place. And it was just, we hold hands, and it was just all of this sexual charged energy. We're just basically having like psychic sex, energetic sex. It's like your physical body. It's like you're having sex, but not with your physical bodies. And I got extremely attached to this person. We started like getting more close. This was the deepest connection I think I've ever had. And it got really like, it was an attachment. It was like a codependence. It was just like very much unhealthy. So when I started getting deeper into my healing, the ancestors was like, we got you. You got to go through this, but we got you. Look, it was starting to get danger. But I was like, give me the danger, penetrate me danger. And it was hard. So when it was time for me to start detaching, it was painful. When I tell you, baby. And like, so this person, they started getting me, I feel like they were grooming me. Like I was getting to weird things with this person, lots of phone sex, lots of write my name on your thigh, have your mouth open for me, do what I say. But part of me, again, this spirals back to my dark side, my darkness. Part of me was like, I love this, give me that. But like, how can I please you? But anyways, but it was like from a space of not loving myself. It was a space of, I have to please you because forget about what I want. Let me please you because I am a people pleaser. Coming into finding out that I was a people pleaser, and that I was always the goody two shoes. Oh, I have to be a certain way, the golden child. I have to aspire to be what my parents want me to be. Have to aspire to be this version that they want their child to be, because they have this sense of unfulfilledness within themselves based off the programs that we are growing up on. So now they're projecting those subconscious projections onto you as a child, and your child is like, well, dang, okay, let's come up with these coping mechanisms. Let me start putting on masks so I can survive. And that's what I started going into at the time. Of course, I didn't know that this is what I was doing, but this is what I was doing. My name, put some respect on my name. But anyways, this person, let's get into it. This person was getting into like very into photography. Like there was like, and I'm just like, don't you know that like I'm getting into stuff? This is later in relationship, maybe like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I gave this person, we were like doing a whole bunch of shit. Like I would say 3 years total before I really was like, okay, block this person, block, delete, block, chat, change my number. This person was hitting my phone, making fake numbers, y'all, making fake pages. Who does that? You're crazy. Making fake pages, made a new email to reach out to me. This was after let's go through the story. This is after I was really like, spirit was like, okay, it's time to detach. I was really diving in deep into the healing. Ancestors, I feel like it was egging me on for real. But yeah, and I had so many dreams and visions, and I was literally writing poetry. I'm guiding myself, mother. Like you're literally, your higher you is literally like the dreams you're telling you, they're telling you, baby, no. Like, it's getting a little heavy. It's getting really, really, really dark. There's things that's happening you don't know about, that you really don't need to know about, but just stop. And I'm just like, give me a reason. And then I was just like, I wake up and then they didn't give me a reason, so I'm gonna go back to the toxicity. Y'all didn't look. Y'all not gonna ruin my good time. Like, y'all not finna ruin my sexy energy. But like, it wasn't sexy. Unhealthy toxicity is not sexy. And I got spiraled into a lot of dark things with this individual. I got into bestiality. Wait, was it really bestiality? No, I would say, why did I just say that? Whoa, 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 don't click off the video. It was a form of, you know how people are into furs and they like dress up like animals? Well, I was getting to, look, this individual was sending me all kinds of porn, all kinds of crazy, just, it was lots of animated stuff. So like, it was like the scarum, whatever it's called. If y'all was into the, y'all know what I mean, because you know we be surfing on the porn. Well, I don't do that no more. But at the time, like, even when I was 16, I was like, what's all this sexual energy? That's when all of it was hitting, and it feel like somebody's having sex with me. And this is what I'm experiencing at 16, and I was very ashamed. My clitoris is always erect. Oh my God. The erections all the time. And I'm just like, ah. This was like 16. I was shamed into silence. And I really felt like I was really about to, whatever orgasm is, I was about to experience it. And I literally held, that's some painful stuff. It was trying to combust into something, and I was holding it back because I didn't want my parents to hear me moaning. Like, this is the stuff. This is the stuff. Like, I held back an orgasm. It takes a lot of effort to do that, by the way, if it's effortlessly flowing. But like that, this is the stuff. And I don't know if I can call it demonic realms. I feel like that's what it is. I got pulled into a lot of those darker realms. This person got me into lots of like animated porn. I guess it's like, what do they call it? The Japanese, what do they call it? You know, where they have like the Japanese animated, I don't even want to call it Japanese because I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody's culture and attach it to that. Because again, with people have weird perversions and kinks and I don't know why pedophile came out of me. Fetishes, fetishes. And it gets really weird. And so it's a lot of that on the porn sites, and it's just so toxic. The porn is just so toxic. And once like a year in, I'm trying to let this person know, porn is toxic. He's sending me all this porn. And like, when they kept trying to reach back out to me, they was sending me porn with like just horrible messages, horrible things, just saying all these horrible things to me. And like, and then send porn, and it's just like these animated things, and it was lots of animals. Like, there was these giant these giant beastie things, basically just coming, snatching up this tiny human girl and raping her. Like, this is the type of things that I'm getting sent. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what I experienced. And like, I started liking it. I started loving it. I'm like, okay, send me that. I love that. Ooh, give me that. But like, no, like I was into that very much so. And then the dreams, it kept getting more of a red flag. Now the red light is beeping. It was supposed to show you a little something at first. Now it's time to go. I didn't heed I didn't heed the message of, okay, you should have got a lesson by now. It's time to go. I wasn't listening, baby. I wasn't listening to my dreams. I wasn't listening to the messages that I was writing through my poetry, literally writing it in my poetry, but not realizing it. It's like I was like, I don't want to say zombified, but I was just in like full, I was in full like la la mode. It felt like I was under some sort of spell. And like, that's what it was. You were under a spell, my love. And like, giving this guy Gok 3000, like, and it was just so forceful. It wasn't even like, oh, I want to do it. It was just like, nah, suck this. Here's this. And like, even when I went to see this individual, it was just nothing but aggressive. Like, they would beat their dog. Like, it was just weird shit, and it got aggressive. They got me drunk. Like, this is what I went through. Like, and I didn't even get drunk. It just, stuff got woozy, but I was fully clear mentally, but it was just physically, it gets you physically thrown off, like the room is spinning, but like, I'm mentally there. I couldn't even handle alcohol, I threw up. And that's when I realized alcohol ain't for me. I ain't never drinking that ever again. That was whiskey, child. Never again. Get somebody else to do it. I only had like 1 cup, but my body was like, yeah, this is what we not gonna do. I threw up. Can y'all get drunk? I don't understand it. I don't even understand how your body let you get that far. I guess we all built different. But anyways, this person, I'm into this person's house. I go see this person against my father. My father was not having it, bro. Like this, I let this person into my home. I let this person into my home when they shouldn't even be let into my home. And like it just really got dark. And like they met my family, taking them into my family's home, my sacred spaces. And things just really got dark. I went to go see this person. It just got, there was no sense of boundaries. And this is, again, getting shown at how not only I'm a people pleaser, but I also have zero boundaries. And I'm also extremely, just the cycle with me and my relationship and how it reflected my grandma and her relationship was basically like a giant mirror. And just, oh, this goes deeper into how we're fragments of each other, how we're actually just mimicking each other and really reflecting each other to dive each other deeper into ourselves. Does that make sense? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm trying to put words to what it is. It's just crazy how interconnected we are and how we're all just like living similar things, but in completely different forms and different ways. And this person would literally so aggressive with me if I tried to stand my ground. I'm like, no, it was just so sexual, always sexual. But it was just also this deeper aspect of opening up to each other, seeing each other's darkness, but there was no light. I got pulled to the dark, and baby, I couldn't see the freaking light, bro. It's to the point where I tried to cut this individual off. It was hard for me. It was hard for me, and like there was so many, and they literally smuggled to the airport, child. Anyways, brought me LSD because I asked for it. And but then I was like, yeah. And then when my family found out about it, they was like, we don't like him. You don't, no man is just gonna give you drugs no matter what. Period. But I'm like, it's LSD. It's a spiritual psychedelic. Like it's a psychedelic for spiritual. Like I was all into that. I was pulled into that in this spiritual community. But that shit had me tweaking. And we was in a hotel room when we did it at freaking Red Roof Inn. And I'm like, you really should be outside. I feel like I needed air and oxygen and just being in nature. And I was inside a hotel room, but I was tweaking. I couldn't even stand up. But anyways, and then just the mind and just how my dreams was just warning me about things, giving me the foresight, like of all the things that was just gonna be happening, and none of it was great. And like this person was blocking me from really tapping in to like, it was just some crazy shiz. And this person would literally like want me to do all of these sexual things for them, sexual deviancies, and this goes deeper into not just my bloodline, but the whole plan is dealing with this, how these men are they're having sex with these women and they're dumping on them, and they're trying to regain something that I feel that they lost. And this goes deeper into circumcision, but trying to regain something, some sense of self, some sense of love through the woman's womb, through her power. And it's just crazy, through the power of her creation, because they got their power of creation stripped at birth. And so it's like, dang, mom, it's kind of like a lashing out subconsciously. And this is what we're dealing with. Even men who think that they're in love, or who solid couple, oh, we love them, they're so in love, I love their loves. Even what these couples who haven't really delved deep to the depths of them, they're having sex with these women and not even realizing that they're dumping on them. So I'm to the point where I'm at this person's crib. They're just like shoving their parts into my part. Let's just keep it honest. I'm just being open with this. They're pissing into my parts, and while I'm bleeding, and it made me bleed even more. Like, and this spirals into like another individual who I got tied up in way after this individual was cut off, after my whole celibacy thing. We're gonna get to that. I had sex with this person, and I wasn't bleeding, but then after they're getting me and they're going, I started bleeding. So like, this is not it. If he's not blossoming open when you see him, just with a hug and a caress, they're not the one from their love. Like, sex is supposed to be just an expression of that love. We should not have separated God and sex. Love and sex is not supposed to be separate, but due to the infiltration of disintegration, here we are. And so like this, to the point of this person shoving their penis in me, like any kind of way, I'm bending over, this, that. We're not even truly connecting, and I'm not even feeling it. And I was kind of disappointed because everybody was hyping up sex. When I'm seeing this person multiple times when they come down to see me, because they were a truck driver, I'm just like, I am not. Everybody, this is what sex is. I'm disappointed. Like, it's not giving what I thought it was going to be giving. Because the sex through the phone was great, but when it got in person, that's how you know this is not it. And my body was telling me, your body will let you know all of the things you need to know about that person immediately upon getting close to them in person. So listen to your body, listen to that gut feeling, listen to the feeling you get up and down your arms, and listen to, like, if you're getting knots in your belly, that's a no. You should feel comfortable around them, safe around them, comforted around them. Listen to your poom poom women, like it's literally letting you know about this individual. And this individual's like trying to shove their penis in my mouth while I'm sleeping, bro. That's crazy. But I feel like this, so I was going to share my testimony. I feel like all of those things that happened, that's not even it. Like, goes deeper. Like, womb healing is the focus. Womb healing is the focus for me, honestly, for the whole planet. And this is just my testimony of me spiraling into what I'm excited for the rest of my journey, of guiding women deeper into these things, the atrocities upon the planet. And um, men need to go to their brotherhood, women need to go to their sisterhood, and we need to heal and integrate within these. And then just settings of communal healing where we just unpack our trauma. Like, let's just come and unpack our trauma and hold each other and cry for each other and do drum circles and all of this. And we're doing the work. It's a slow integration, but it is definitely happening, especially with these new beings coming in. And it's so exciting, honestly, with these new ones and the old ones, new and old. And yes, it's exciting. And like, yeah, this whole toxic thing was just a reflection of the mirror of the relationship dynamic that I had with my father. And I didn't know that I had it because I always was a daddy's girl growing up. And then suddenly when I start thinking for myself and coming into my womanhood, it's triggering him into us arguing all the time. And it's me not agreeing with his ways, so it's an issue. And me growing into my femininity, which made him very uncomfortable. So now don't dress like that. You just like, I think it's a certain part of them wanting to be protective because they know how men are, but it's like, okay, so that we need to unpack that. And I'm grateful for these reflections because even if you're somebody who sends you through a whole bunch of toxic, unhealthy stuff, it's guiding you deeper into yourself. So I'm giving gratitude for all of the mirrors, even if they aren't. Anyways, I'm not going to be petty or speak negative upon people. I speak love and light upon people for their paths to be enlightened. But we all have our worlds to play. We all are doing, look, it is what it is, eh? And it ain't what it ain't. So, yeah. I just reflected and just that dived me deeper into what I had with my father, and that dove me deeper and deeper with looking at the dynamic that my grandmother had with my grandfather, and how there was a lot of abuse there, and then my great grandfather with my great grandmother, and there was even more abuse there. And it gets diluted. I noticed how it got diluted with each new generation. And look, baby, this new generation is getting wiped the F out. You feel me? But there's just, epigenetics is a thing. And so there's just things lingering there the person's not aware of it. And our parents do this. Our parents, especially, I don't want to say just black parents, but parents in general, I will say, they subconsciously project things because the self is calling you back home so you can heal deeper, so you can reintegrate and reconnect with your deepest self of love. And we have to go through those uncomfortabilities. We have to have those uncomfortable conversations. Sometimes you got to drag a family member because you love them, because they just not here. I drew a boundary. You disrespected it and you treated it like it's nothing because you think you can use the blood card. But baby, the blood card has run out. This is what the F it is. I said what I said. I'm going to have to drag you a little bit, but I love you though. This is just what it is. And I want to make you aware of it. And sometimes when you make people aware of it, they aren't receptive to it. They're not ready to receive it. And that's a lot of what it is. And I got to a point of fully disconnecting from this person after 3 years of going back and forth. And I actually did get to a point where, I said 19, I was at Dollar Tree for 2 years, the longest job I ever held down. I could keep a job for that. And then as it grew forth, I couldn't keep a job for more than 3-4 months. But anyways, after that, I went straight to, that's when I started getting lightheaded on the job. I'm like, okay, apparently my iron was getting low. And then I was like, baby, no, this isn't normal. I almost passed out on the job once when I was leaving. It was close to me to leave to get a new job. I was going to Chick-fil-A. I got a job at Chick-fil-A. I was going to Chick-fil-A to work with my brother. We got a job together. It was pretty cool and fun. And but Chick-fil-A, slave labor. Anyways, I don't want to say I don't want to say any establishment is cursed. I guess it's just what I was going through at that time. I think it was just what I was going through. It was just a coincidence, I guess. But anyway, Chick-fil-A was not it. Because I was like, oh my God, this Chick-fil-A must be cursed, child. Because I'm going through all of this. But I almost died. But you weren't going to die. Again, with the initiation, I always like to refer it to anime because they have to like slay the demon. And a lot of the deep healers, a lot of the medicine women, they go through initiation of a close call with death. This is a common theme. But yes, my experience was losing blood cells apparently. And we'll go deeper into how this was actually happening. I was going from Dollar Tree and went straight into another job. I was like, okay, Dollar Tree, see, I got a job at Chick-fil-A. Whoop, whoop, skirt, skirt. They paying me more. They was paying like what? This was before they was paying $15 an hour. This was when they was paying like maybe $12 an hour. Yeah. Only the higher ups, I can't think I paid $15 an hour, which I'm realizing is chump change because I easily charge $150 an hour. But anyways, sidebar. Come correct with me. Yeah, so I left that to go straight into Chick-fil-A, and I was only there. This is the shortest job I've ever had. I was only there for 4 days. 4 days, because they were like, yeah, we can't have you. We need you to resign. We just highly suggest you resign. If you want to come back, you can always come back. I never did go back, but now they paying $17 an hour. Why was y'all paying that then? But anyways, I left, and you can actually, if you're really stacking your bread, you can actually really save a lot within 3 months. But anyways, people got bills to pay. So I left that, and I resigned. They didn't fire me. They suggested I resign, and I was like, okay, I did. I signed a little thing, resigned, and because I was about to faint in the kitchen, they were like, we can't have you passing out on the job. They don't want that on there, Rita. We can't be held accountable. We need you to sign a contract. But yeah, like they couldn't have me fainting because I was getting extremely lightheaded. You guys, slave labor. Like I'm standing up for 7 hours because you get an hour break. You would say it's 8 hours, but you get an hour break. So technically 7 hours of buttering bread. Literally on my feet, my back is hurting because you're just standing on your feet in one place. And I can't really stretch like I need to. The line's moving fast. And I coming in at like breakfast time. I go breakfast time that's crossing into lunchtime. And I'm just buttering bread. I have to pick up the big stack. They're heavily big stack. And 7 hours, y'all. 7 hours. And I think I was working 4 days a week. I didn't even last 4 days because I was literally about to faint. And I ended up resigning. And then here I am at my house, in my home, just laying down because I just can't get up. I literally cannot get up. And anybody who has low iron, you know what I'm talking about. Your brain feel like it's being clenched. This literally feel like a fist was around my brain and just suffocating it because I literally was not getting oxygen to my brain. And I was down for like a week. I would literally just get up and eat and just go to the bathroom. That's it. I was barely showering. I just didn't have it in me to shower. And it was so bad that it got really bad to the point where my mom was bringing me food to my room. She brought me like, what, Taco Bell, eating Taco Bell, trash. Boo. She was bringing me Taco Bell. I was eating. It tastes good going down. I was eating it in my room, and then I would just go to sleep. Like I would just lay down because I didn't have oxygen going to my brain. And then I just couldn't get up to shower. I would go pee, and then I would just rush back to my room and collapse. And then I'm just like, My brain wasn't getting oxygen. Like I said before, I'm going to probably say that multiple times. And then it got so to the point where I started taking it serious. So I'm like, I had to go pee. And okay, okay, I have to get up to go pee. My legs aren't getting oxygen. You can't, there's not, no, nothing's getting oxygen, no muscle. So your muscles aren't going to move. That's crazy, right? This is intricate systems, amazing body. But like, so my muscles literally locked in place and I freaked out. I was panicked. Like, I started crying. I'm like, my muscles are locked in place. I can't move. I can't get up. And I peed on myself. And that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, I should tell my mom what's happening, right? I thought it was something else. I thought it was something else. Because I've always been dealing with energy hits, energy coming through, sexual energy. So I'm like, this is just an extreme sense of that energy, right? Wrong. You're not even get oxygen to your brain. You would think I would know the difference, but it happened so slowly, so gradually. I, like a frog in the pot, like I didn't know what was happening. And so I finally told her. She bought me a bucket. I had to literally bathe my parts before going to the hospital. I had to bathe my parts with the bucket and soap that she brought to my room. Crazy. And I think I was trying to go to sleep that night. And then I was like, no, I think I was good. I just told her what was happening. And I think we were about to book a place. Not book a place. Because you can't just show up randomly at the hospital and sign yourself in. I can't remember how it happened. I know she had bought me a bucket to clean myself. And I think I maybe have pushed it off again. That night I was in my bed trying to go to sleep. And she's like, yeah, we can call the hospital. Let's see how you feel. This was a week. This is me not communicating that something was wrong, but I didn't know. I didn't take it serious. I didn't really think it was something when it was something. And so I was about to go to sleep. Spirit would not let me sleep. They're like, you're not going to sleep, because if you go to sleep, you probably would die. You're not going to sleep. Get up. You're not going to. And I kept trying. I was tossing and turning, tossing and turning. I'm just trying to sleep. Spirit was like, you're not going to sleep. Get up. Like, you're going to the hospital. That's where you're going. It was like 9:00 p.m. It was like literally, if my brain remembers correctly, it's like 9:30 p.m. We're heading to the hospital. I'm getting dressed, and my mom was like, yeah, I'm taking her to the hospital because I cannot sleep, and it feels like I feel like I'm about to pass out. Like, I keep collapsing because again, you're not getting oxygen. They say it's mostly nitrogen, but anyway, you're not getting air, baby, to that brain. You gonna need that. And so she's taking me to the hospital. It wasn't rushing. It was just driving to the hospital. And gosh, the hospital's such a hassle. There's so many people in the freaking waiting room, bro, just sitting there. Like, anyways, it's just a lot of people just sitting there. And I walk in and I check in and I just sit down and I sign myself in, and they take me back in a wheelchair because it's just a lot for me to just even walk. I have to just walk, and I'm just lightheaded, and I just breathing. Bro, I'm strong. I'm so strong. I don't even know how I walked myself in there because they signed me in, right? They wanted me to get up on the scale. I had to get out of the wheelchair to get up on the scale. The doctors are so rude. Like, they're so impatient. Like, I get that y'all got 16-hour shifts, but baby, have patience with your patients. Come on. And the way that they be treating y'all, the way that they be treating you like we're going to get more into that. Not me waving through the window at the neighbor. But, yeah, like, we all just be waving at each other. I love it. But yeah, so they rushing me to get on the scale to weigh me. Baby, wait, like, I'm lightheaded. I barely can breathe. And they weigh me. They got to weigh you, take blood, of course, mandatory. They got to take some of your DNA. Check your blood, see what's wrong. It take forever to get back with you. And then I'm just laying there. My mom was like, getting informed. Everybody's getting informed that Christmas in the hospital. People are coming to see me. People calling my mom to check on me. And give people the flowers while they're alive. That just came through. Anyway. Not that I got flowers, because I definitely didn't. They brought me smoothies, though, from Smoothie King. But yeah, so I was in the hospital they have you in the waiting room. They had me in like the guest waiting rooms, sitting on the bed. They took my blood. It takes so long for them to get back to, like, maybe 45 minutes to get back with the blood, whatever. And they came back to like, oh my gosh, how are you? This is before I even got transferred to the emergency room, because that's when you're really locked in, when they transfer you to the emergency room. They're like, oh my gosh, how are you still alive? How did you even walk in here? They were flabbergasted. They were shook. They were like, "We never seen anything like this before. You should be like gone. Like your hemoglobin as an adult. I was technically an adult, right? Almost 20. Yeah, once you're above a certain age, your hemoglobin should be at like a 12 to 15, and your iron should be your iron should be at like a 12. Your hemoglobin should be at like a 12, 13. Is that correct? Anyway, any doctor, y'all know there's somewhere around that, correct? Um, but no, my hemoglobin got to a 1, and my um, what's the other one? My iron got to a 0.1. It was almost gone. You need that apparently to breathe oxygen. We weren't always doing that, but that's a whole nother thing. Um, yeah, so they were so shocked. Like, we never seen nothing like this before. How are you still alive? We need you in the emergency room immediately. They immediately transferred me to the emergency room. And now everybody, of course, in the family's informed about it. People coming to see me. And y'all, they had me in a hospital for 10 days. 10 days. It was like cute and cool. I was making jokes like, ooh, get free food. Like the first 3, 4, 5 days. As time went on, I'm tired of being in the hospital. I'm tired of y'all freaking poking me with needles. I'm tired of y'all hooking me up to the machine. I can't sleep with the beeping lights in the machine. The doctors come in your room all throughout the night. It's 2 a.m. They waking me up. Can I sleep? Can I sleep? Y'all coming in there waking me up like, I'm good. You don't have to check on me. And it's just sort of, and I got transferred to a secondary room where you get transferred to the next floor, where they wanted me more watchable. So like because they were concerned, because I had a pass out session. I did pass out in the bathroom, but like y'all, I just had a moment. Y'all giving me, this is after they gave me the infusion. I'm good. I'm not gonna pass out after you gave me the blood infusion. I had a blood transfusion. Bro, I'm not gonna pass out after the blood transfusion. I was passed out because I wasn't getting the hemoglobin. But they wanted to keep a watch on me. It's so aggravating. I was sitting in the chair pretty much all day, and I have to call on them if I want to transfer myself to the bed. But I'm like, I'm tired of laying down. It's almost 10 days. Bro, I want to walk around and run around. Can I go outside? They wouldn't let you. They don't let you go to the balcony thing, which was pretty cool. They have a garden up there. It's like a garden area. It's nice. Um, Free food. The food was pretty decent, actually. And I had my family bringing me good food. But yeah, they give you breakfast and shit. Honestly, their food was kind of hidden. It wasn't horrible. But anyway, not important, charisma. I'm a sucker for some good food now. But yeah, literally in the hospital, they're poking me with needles. I hated it. They keep poking you so much, bro. They poked me like, I counted how many times they had to come poke me with a needle. It was 15 times over the course of 10 days. They got to take blood every day. How much blood do you need? I was low on it. Now you give me the blood transfusion. Yeah. And I'm like, I think I got blood from an O. No, I think it was either B or O who donated. They was trying to find a match for the donation. Turns out, I was like, I really wanted my mom I wanted to get a pint from each family member, but sometimes it's not always congruent and they're not always able to give blood. I didn't even really think about this at the time, but I wanted my mom to give me blood, but I don't think she could somehow. But anyways, 3 pints is a lot to take from one person. But they gave me B blood, I think. I don't know. They have blood already donated. They got stocks of blood in the refrigerator. Anyways, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I was like, who is this blood from? I saw the bags, and it had the type of blood. I think it was a B who donated to me. They was like, yeah, you're compatible with this blood. You'll be fine. I'm like, whose blood is this? The doctor literally looked at me. She was like, we have no idea. We don't get the names. Oh, okay. Anonymous donations of blood. Okay, cool. Righty. I'm taking in the blood of a complete stranger. And I noticed my body started changing after I took on their blood. But anyways, I started sweating more. I'm like, I'd never sweat before. I'm a slow sweater naturally. After taking on this person's blood, I'm sweating profusely, instantly to slight heat. But anyways, it's crazy. I got 3 pints of blood through the IV. That wasn't too bad. And then they gave me 3 bags. Was it 4 bags? I think it might have been 4 bags, but the bags of iron are smaller than the bags of blood. Bags of blood are like this big. Bags of iron are like this big. So yeah, I got my blood transfusion first. They gave me 3 bags of blood. And then they gave me antibiotics. I don't like it. The one that they had to inject me through my belly. That was very uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Anybody who been in the hospital, you get antibiotics injected inside of your belly. So uncomfortable. But anyway, yeah. It has to be where a lot of fat is, or else it'll be more painful. So they have to do it through the belly. That's where all the fat is. And they injected me so much. And then they gave me 4 bags. Yeah, it takes 8 hours. Oh my God. The blood. Okay, so iron is very painful going through the IV, going through your veins. It felt like my veins were gonna burst after a certain amount of time. It's very, very painful. Wow. Gosh. And magnesium apparently is even more painful than iron, going through your veins. But my veins was tired of being poked and prodded, and they keep having to find the vein. And I didn't know being hydrated makes it easier to find the vein until later they told me. But I'm like, okay, that means getting up to go to the bathroom. And again, I got transferred to the 2nd floor. The chair beeps every single time I get up. The alarm goes off and the people come rushing to my room because they want to make sure I don't collapse. Because, okay, back when I was getting into the hospital, after they weighed me, the guy had to, I don't know why he was going into my vagina. He was doing a little scan thing. There's nothing wrong with my vagina. I don't know why they had to do that scan to make sure they were doing all kinds of tests. And I went to go to the bathroom to change into the onesie thing where your butt is out. Now I see in a hospital that's convenient as F when you have to go to the bathroom. And I collapsed in the bathroom because that's before they gave me the transfusion. And then the doctors be so rude. He's this Indian dude. He was going in my vagina, but just because he's a man, the woman have to sit in the room. A woman doctor sits in the room watching, just so no weird stuff happens, just in case. She sits there, watches, just for because he's a man. But I passed out. He's like, why are you passing out? Sir, I didn't choose to pass out. It happened. I'm not getting oxygen. Gee. That's when they traced me to the room. And yeah. And they injected me so much. The iron intake, it took 4 hours to go through, but they had to slow down. They can actually change the speed of the liquid through the IV. They had to slow it down, which took longer. And I'm just sitting there watching movies on the TV. They got some good little movies on there, little flicks. I was watching the Spider-Man verse thing with the little black Spider-Man animated thing. And I was watching some other good shows. But I'm like, bro, I'm ready to go. And this was when I was in my first room. I was in my first rooms for maybe 5 days, and I got transferred. The other 5 days, I was in my second room on the 2nd floor. And they finally started letting me walk around the hospital because I'm like, okay, I need to get exercise. I need to walk around. I miss my jogs. Haven't showered properly. I'm like, bro, I need to exfoliate, bro. I've been in here for a week. I can't properly shower. They give you the little things that don't really clean you. It's just so open, and they're so comfortable with it. The lady had to wipe my butt. I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, girl, it's fine. I'm pretty sure they're used to it. They're used to seeing poop. They're used to taking people's pee in a pan. And I just, at this point, we're open. You see things. You see it. You see me naked. You're wiping my butt. I appreciate it. I couldn't wipe my own butt because I got this arm blew up. I told the lady, look like this arm bigger than the other one, and it hurts. And she's like, nah, baby. And then they started taking me serious. I'm like, I'm telling you, this arm's bigger. Turns out I had blood clots in this arm because they were poking me too much with the IV. And so my blood was like, yeah, y'all doing too much poking and prodding. But they had to keep me hooked up. If you're in a hospital, you have to stay hooked up to the IV at all times. Mandatory. You cannot be in the emergency room without being hooked up. And I had to keep getting blood. I feel like my veins was going to burst from the iron. It's just so painful. But it made me feel, I started getting high because I'm like, ooh, the drugs in the hospital are good. That's all I'm going to say. They got the good stuff. Y'all, the stuff y'all getting from Walgreens is knockoffs. But anyway, we don't need it. I'm just saying, okay? I don't know. I just see people just sneaking drugs when they work there. But anyway, they got the good stuff. And they gave me lots of, oh yeah, they also gave me 3 bags of what is it called? The thing that keep you from getting sick. And that's probably why I didn't get sick when coronavirus came around. I was solid from when I went to the hospital. Ooh, now I see why people be drinking blood. Blood is life. I felt rejuvenated, revitalized. It was like, yeah, you're losing blood cells. How am I losing blood cells? We'll go into how that happens. Black magic. That's all I'm gonna say. Black magic, baby. I had so much stuff done against me in the dark. I had people praying for me that I didn't even know was praying for me. One lady, she passed away. Rest in peace. I think it was from coronavirus. I think she got the corona shot, child. But I'm like, I hope it wasn't because of me, because she was praying for me. Prayer warriors on my side. I didn't even know. Waking up late hours, going in tongues, foreign tongues, praying for me. Not even in English, baby. That's how heavy it was. Because she knew I was with some dark stuff that I didn't know. Anyways. Yeah, and the dreams was warning me, and it got really, really dark. And I didn't even know I was in the trenches. I don't know. I knew I was in the devil's den. I wrote poetry about it, and I was just fantasizing. Like, I was romanticizing being in the devil's den, dancing with the devil, baby. They ain't nothing to be fantasizing about and romanticizing. This person was just really dark. And it led me deeper into my own darkness and how bright I actually am, pushing through that dark. And this, again, spirals out into the collective and what we're dealing with on the planet right now. But yeah, this was my initiation or whatever the F. Child, it was ghetto. But anyways, I'm bright and I'm shining now up in this. But yeah, the blood transfusion, the infusion of the iron, and the, gosh, I can't remember what it was called. I don't know why antidepressants is coming. That's not what it was. So I think there's just a lot of things coming through about the hospital and giving us unnecessary things to cope rather than actually healing. And this goes to herbal healing, which I really would love to get into, botany. But anyways, yeah. So we are the medicine. We are the medicine. I'm just saying, Amrita. Cute. I mean, really, truly. I have this theory, sidebar, that the water that the baby's born in, when the water breaks, I just feel like somehow, judge me how you want to, I feel like drinking it has some sort of healing power. Anyways, but then it's like a little thing around it. Anyways, yeah. Drink it, see what happens. The breast milk. Anyways, the breast milk is magic, baby. Milky Way. But yeah, I was man. Whew, my voice is starting to hurt and we're getting to that moment. But I get to that point inside of talking. I got food downstairs and I'm ready to eat. I haven't eaten all. Oh, actually, I did. I ate earlier, but I'm hungry again. Yeah. My not story's not over yet. It's longer. Should I do a part 2? No, we're doing it today. We're doing it today, and the sun is still up. Perfect. Sorry, let me just take a breath. Yeah. So put here. It ain't going nowhere, baby. Actually, for certain occasions, I want to get super glam. I definitely would remove it. I experienced that wax once. I see what the hype is about. It felt good. And it did keep the certain, like, I guess because your pheromones does come through your hair. It definitely kept any sort of orders at bay. Like, I was loving that. Whoever gave me that wax, that was hitting. With the aloe under there. Anyways, I might do that again. I want to see what that Brazilian about. This is my brain, y'all. Get into it. So yes, that was my story. I knew I wasn't gonna die. Spirit was like, it's definitely not your time to go. They wasn't letting me go nowhere, child. I was a little traumatized the first night. My brother stayed in the hospital. I love my brother so much. Shout out to my brother, my big brother, and my little brother too. I love my brothers. And I also love my spirit brothers who are not blood related, but my brothers. I love y'all. I love the masculines in my life. And of course my sisters too. But anyways, we're talking about my brothers right now. Just giving some love to the masculine. And he stayed in the hospital with me. This was like the first nights. I was very traumatized because I'm like, bro, just the whole experience was a little traumatizing. I'm like, I can't really sleep. And they gave me medicine. You know, they give you medicine for everything. I'm like, I can't sleep. They gave me melatonin. That stuff's scary. Even in the hospital, that stuff's scary, bro. I just threw away melatonin gummies I had got from Publix. That stuff scares me because it over relaxes the muscles, and I'm trying to come up consciously, and my body is not letting my consciousness come up. Does that make sense? It's like a weird imbalance. Melatonin, artificial melatonin is scary. I don't know if any of you guys had like any sort of crazy experiences with that, but for me, it's like dangerous. It's just like, it freaks me out. Like the experience is just, it's not normal. It's not natural, and I'm not okay with it. But yeah, they gave me melatonin in the hospital. They gave me 3 of them to help me sleep. They were really tiny ones. But y'all should have gummies. But anyways, they probably did. Anyway, yeah, they gave me a lot of different pills. They gave me a whole bunch of other pills I had to take 3 once they transferred me to the other room. I was taking so many things. Antibiotics, that's what it's called. They gave me 3 bags of antibiotics, 4 bags of iron, which iron's smaller, and then 3 bags of blood. And yeah, and they fed me well. You get to choose your breakfast, which is pretty cool. I'm sorry, I just love food. And then you choose your lunch at a certain time and your dinner. But anyways, yeah. I had people bringing me food. Like, bring me BJ's. Somebody bring me Smoothie King. Yeah, and that's it. Got to the point I was just like, I just want smoothies. They bring me Smoothie King. And my brother slept with me in the hotel. He slept on the couch, y'all. They had a futon. He slept on the couch with me in that new hotel, that new hospital they had built, but it's real nice. It's nice. He slept on a little couch and stayed up there with me. He brought me food, and yeah, I love that. He literally held my hand. I was just a little shooken up, and I was just like, bro, what the heck is happening right now? And he held my hand and was like, and he spoke affirmations over me, and he prayed with me, and he just reminded me how strong I am, and it helped me sleep. It was really hard to sleep without them beeping lights because you have to stay hooked up to the monitors. And you can see your heart rate and all of that. My heart rate was all of that was pretty normal, and I could just hear my heartbeat connected to the monitor. You would think that that would be refreshing, but it was quite irritating when you're trying to sleep. And then the TV, my brother wanted to watch TV, and TV was on. I'm like, can't really sleep. And them doctors, I actually just want to give a shout out to actual nurses and doctors who really do mean well and they're working their jobs, 16-hour shifts. Y'all put in work, okay? Even if the system is like a little twisty, y'all put in work. And you got people walking around in scrubs, 2 a.m., working them late shifts. Y'all better than me because that's sleep time. But anyways, yeah. And what else? Yeah, after the whole hospital, I was ready to go, bro. I'm like tired of being in the hospital. They let me finally walk around. I had my music. I'm like, I really want to run around this hospital, but I finally started easing myself into walking around. I was feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I feel good. I feel revitalized. Got my blood cells back. And it turns out a monster in my dreams. Trying to help me. Anyways, yeah. It's this person. I had black magic done against me, of course. People, I had prayer warriors reaching out to my mother, and she didn't let me know this until further down that they was praying for me late nights. Multiple women, tribal women, like just praying for me. I didn't even know them really. Just praying for me, letting my mom know what was going on. But again, I wasn't aware of it. Praying for me, because they knew that they was put on, I guess, by the angels, that I was going through a lot of dark things. People trying to come after me. Yeah. And then later I was still dealing again, still having it, but now I feel like they know they know what's up. They know what's up. You know who I am. I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations and initiations, and gosh, to be a woman, it is so divine. It is an honor to be the gatekeeper. Anyways, to be the medicine woman. And this is just the beginning. And this ties into my burlesque and my striptease and my sexual liberation. And let's not get it twisted. Sexual liberation, women, is not having sex with whoever you want. It's my pussy, I can do what I want. That's not really what it is. Respectfully. And it's not where it's at. Having your divine partner, truly. Because I feel like humans come in pairs. We're mated in the stars, and then we come down and experience our lives. And you your truest embodiment of love. You find them here in human form. You don't need to go searching for no man. You need to grind your pussy down. Poom poom power panani. Yoni. kitty cat. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep saying when I do that, I be feeling ooh, yeah, anyway, we just need to, sisterhood is so important right now. I cannot stress that enough. And brotherhood for my men, not going to have sex. We're trauma. You find love in community. You find love in sisterhood and in brotherhood, and then you really go within yourself and you have that community to lean on, and then you would just divinely align when it is time with that divine partner in full love, and your inner children can run and be free. And just when your inner child is just, it's a safe space to just truly be, and it's fully all of the aspects. And this is deep into, I won't go into astrology now. I really want to dive deeper into it. I'm not super informative to the extent that I would like to be about astrological things. And the original form was astronomy, studying the stars, and we are the stars. The stories are in the stars. We come down and we play it on the stage in human form. And basically, what was I going with that? Yeah, what was I going? You align when it's time, and it's all divine, and you don't have to search for it, and it will come to you. And whew, and the compatibility of the charts is a thing, totally. But I feel like it's already predestined. And this goes into further into my whole thing. And this was this was after I thought I was done with this individual. I was just always on the internet, y'all. I was always on my phone scrolling through Instagram. This was before I deleted my Facebook, getting caught up in these people who really aren't for you. You meet these people online, you think people are rooting for you. Whole time they side-eyeing you, evil eye you through the screen. If you feel me, let me hear you say. If you feel me. But yeah, I had to go do a lot of blocking. I had deleted my whole Facebook prior to this situation of the ancestors was coming through. I felt them. They were really, this was on Halloween of, it wasn't 2023 because that's when I went on my escapade to South Florida, which was lit. That's on my page too, if you want to know. Manifested from the Now, go watch it. This was a year ago. This was 2022 then. 2022, October, Halloween, literally when the veil is super thin, around the, what is it called? Not Halloween, it's called the, what is it called? Solstice of something. It'll come to me. Dang, what is it called? I'm sorry. It's the solstice. Y'all know what it is. Whatever the solstice is called for Halloween. That's when Lord have mercy. What was I saying? I don't know what it's called. But that's when, anyways, exactly on the day of Halloween, I was hearing things more. It was more coming through. And I think this was when I was working at DCF. This was after my job at Publix, which I felt pressured into getting because of my dad. And then this other job I was pressured into getting because of my mom. And then this is me spiraling into realizing, again, you're not fully realizing how much of a people pleasing you are, and why are you still people pleasing? Why aren't you? Is this dive deeper into the inner child wounds of coping and coming up with a false facade to cope with this reality, to kind of protect yourself, the true expression of yourself? And that's the thing that we're all doing. But yeah, like, why are you still people pleasing? Do what you want to do. And we're finally fully embodying that at 26. Crazy. But anyways, lessons. So this is when I was still at DCF. Very short lived. I was only there for 3 months. Absolutely be bull crap. We're not gonna go to how bull the system actually is with the food, not actually dealing with the children, like homes and stuff, like helping people with their food stamps and Medicaid. Crap system. Poo. Like, anyways, grow food. That's all I gotta say. I'm giving free therapy on the phone. People crying on the phone to me. One lady, the longest call was over an hour. The lady stayed on me. I'm like, thank you, girl. I'm muting that, eating, like, keep talking. I'm getting paid either way. Literally, she was having, I was trying not to, the calls are recorded. I was trying not to say marijuana, but I'm just saying the herb, child. Would have helped your epilepsy. She was having, like, she would actually, not epileptic, but she would have seizures. And she literally couldn't go to work because of her seizures. And I was like, let her know, look, that medicine actually would have helped her with her seizures. I was just giving people free advice. And I feel like this is tied into the journey that I'm getting into with healing. I'm like, bro, if I wanted to be a therapist, I would have went to school for therapy, not working on this boof ass job that I gotta ask permission to go to the bathroom for $12 an hour. But anyways, they were so excited for me getting this job. But I guess so because you're building yourself. But there's other ways, I guess. Let me stop. But is all of it is the work, and customer service is technically humanitarian service. It's all intertwined. But anyways, I was on the job for 3 months, and I am very much tired of it. Waking up 8 a.m. Got to be clocked in by 8 a.m. Don't even have time to breathe, to do my yoga, do nothing. You got to be clocked in, and they keep track of your stuff, and it's just crazy for 8 hours. It was draining. It was very draining. I was blacking out after that job. I had zero creativity, had zero time to put into my business. And that's why I ended up quitting that. They had me a whole intervention for quitting. Like, baby, I'm following spirit. Let me deeper into a reflection of myself, of people pleasing, and really standing your ground and really trusting yourself and your intuition and your power. That you're divinely aligned and guided, and spirit always. I'm to the point where I'm full surrenderance. Whatever spirit say goes. Period. Because we're not going to go through unnecessary stuff that we don't really need to be going through. And I was still on the job, and I was just very much on my phone all the time. And I'm still trying to disconnect more and getting more into real life. But I was hearing voices, and that's when I found I had clairaudience, which actually does run in the family, but I didn't know it was going to be me chosen. But yeah, anyways, it's cool. But again, we are activating more abilities that we originally had as humanity, and all of these things are coming online with usually the newer generation, more generation, because we're actually doing the healing work, upheavaling things, this false paradigm. But anyways, yeah. So I started hearing things. I just kept hearing close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door. But I'm like, what does that mean? Give me a reason. Like, I don't know what that means. How do I close the door? Somebody help. Let's just say I fucked around and found out. I had to find out. Sorry, part of my French. I'm trying to keep it clean. But I had to find out the hard way what that meant. The door was wide open, and I left it wide open, and still have dreams of this person coming in my space, draw me through dark portals to like put their stuff on me and then leave. And then I always had guidance. They would always help me clear the energy when I was still going through. You have to find the power within yourself. As much as you want to help people, you can't drag them to the water and drink. You can't force them to drink the water. They really have to find that power within themselves. So we only can draw the boundaries, set our boundaries for ourselves. And if they don't move accordingly to how we're moving, then they're not congruent, and we gotta put them where we want to put them in our life. And that's where I'm at with my family right now. But yeah, and just everybody, period. Mostly solitude, honestly, these days. So I'm called out to pop my stuff, and divine people align with you when it's time. It's divinely orchestrated. Just really trusting in the divine. And so I was just like, kept hearing close the door, close the door. I'm like, I don't know what that means, help. And then I just felt like this huge feeling of them just mourning for me. And it was like, you just pray, go to the Bible, pray. And that's when I was just pulled into like going to Jesus. They were just like, just pray to Jesus. Just, you're not Christian, just do it. Okay. And that led me into going back to Christianity now. I'm getting scriptures. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses are coming to me. So I actually just went to a sermon of Jehovah's Witness. Imputing this lady just today when I dropped off stuff to Goodwill. It's like, a Jehovah's Witness. And they just keep finding me everywhere I go. They're all throughout Florida. Did you know Jehovah's Witnesses all around the world? What they're doing is huge. And the way that they give freely, and they're spreading the word freely, standing on the streets in the heat just to spread the word. Just to get people to spread the message. And it's crazy. It's crazy. They have it in Japan. I saw some in Africa. Like, Jehovah's Witnesses all over the planet. I love it. It's a powerful force. And regardless of, you can say what you want to say, people's perception of it, if they want to sky it, like, it is what it is. It's Christ consciousness, Christos, Jesus, Jesus, like all of, I want to say Jesus, but all of it is relative. And I keep getting drawn to all of these different religions and how they all connect and how we all vibrate and all of these things and all consciousness. Buddhism is one of my favorite ones. I feel like that's a really holy one. And Christianity, because this where all the power at. And if you know egregores, anyways, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah. And then I didn't know what to do. And that's when I started hearing voices. And gosh, I was getting dragged. That's when they started to drag me. And this was after 3 years of being away. This was after my celibacy journey. This is after I was celibate for 3 years straight, and one person had drew me. They just looked at me, child. I was tweaking after 3 years. Okay, I was like, she needed something. And this is go back to pleasuring yourself, ladies, with your own fingers, not inanimate objects. and just with your mind. Just pleasure practices that are not sexual have a huge part to play in your actual sexual liberation. Anyways, we're not gonna go into that right now. That's a whole nother video. Get into it. Subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get this done. I'm ready to eat. But yeah. So yeah, this I little did I know what I was in for. Spirit was literally loud. That's when clairaudient was just strong, and that actually the voice. Ooh, excuse me. The voices were so loud. Confirmation that I need to eat. The voices were so loud that I was forced to quit my job, and my family gave me shit about quitting my job. But I'm like, bro, I'm suffering. They didn't. I didn't go. I didn't tell them what I was going through. I think I did. Like my parents knew partially what I was going through. I'm like, boy, I'm hearing voices. This person's voice is loud in my head. It's like, again, with telepathic connection. I don't know what they were doing on me. Spirit was hiding from me what was actually happening, what this person was doing. They was doing a whole bunch of nasty, dirty things to me to get more connected with my energy. And I could see it in my dreams through the astral realms of them trying to get hooks up into my womb to really pull in my power and pull. I was getting a lot of negative pulls on my womb. And this is diving me into doing healing work. And again, this person, I was fighting with this person and deep in the astrals. This one on some anime-ish in the astrals just constantly, but I had like someone over my, I don't even want to say Yamea, but you know, I have a person on my head, like just spirits just guiding me. And it's a war. It was a war for sure because I'm just fighting. And that's when I finally learned to actually call upon my angels and not fight it on my own. Like, you got to call upon us. Then I started learning to call on them self-consciously. That's a whole other thing. And to come through and fight my battles with me. I'm tired, baby. I'm trying to sleep. I'm waking up in the middle of the night, fits, just me yelling. This person keeps coming to me in my dream. And it's not just person. It was entities attached through this person as a portal due to their own trauma. Like, trauma is an open portal for dark entities to come through. This is why they're traumatizing the children at age and harvesting. It gets really deep and really dark down to selling our organs, sex trafficking, all of this. This is the beast on the planet, and we're slaying heads full. Don't come for mama. And a poom poom, she responded, yeah, get into it. Get into it. We'll protect the innocents at all costs. I'm not trying to get into that war energy right now, but she be coming out sometimes calling Ma, put some respect on my name. Chill. Relax. But yeah. So anyways, I was going to this, man, I got dragged. This was again after my celibacy journey of 3 years. I haven't spoke to this person in like 4 or 5 years now. They're coming back up. It was just kind of like, okay, we need you back on, you nasty mother. Anyways, do what you do best at. Heathenry. Go ahead and do your heathenry. But like, no, this person really was trying to come through this thing, right? And it was just like, close the door, close the door. But it was like, okay, she not getting it. So look, if you want to play around, like, I had ancestors coming through, like, get up and get on your stuff, do your cleansing, do your stuff, do your practice. There was no discipline. I wasn't doing my practice. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't disciplined. I'm gorging on sugar. I'm still emotionally eating. I'm still not confronting my wounds. Okay, you finna get dragged. Sorry. It has to happen. If you're not listening to the guidance to gently go into it, we're gonna have to drag you so you can really rip that ish up so you can be your best you, so you can shine. And so I got dragged into the underworld again. This time it wasn't somebody else's underworld, it was my underworld, mine. And so anyways, and this person trying to get in me, it was in my energy. I'm waking up fighting demons. Look, fighting demons in my dreams all throughout the astral. Got angels. It got so deep. My spirit is just literally like, all the strength got pulled up out of me. This individual pulled out a power in me that I didn't even know I had. I'm literally having to fight to an extent that I didn't even know I had to on some anime issue in the astral period. And it's to the point where I'm learning how to do this shit subconsciously, calling on them while I'm in the deep sleep. Like, because look, what you're not going to do is ruin my sleep. It was to the point where I got so angry. I started speaking, and they're just like, speak. And I was drawn to the scriptures. I was drawn to Psalms, the whole Psalms. Like, Psalms 91 specifically, okay? Cast these demons out. Speak, mama, speak. Your voice has power. And I'm literally getting up late hours of the night. I'm like, bro, it's 3 a.m. I'm just trying to sleep. But like the demonic attacks were so strong. The sludge slinging was so strong. It was to a point where I felt like I was drowning in sludge. It get to a point where I'm literally getting headaches. I can feel the psychic attacks literally coming in. I'm getting up, chanting. I'm speaking in a tongue. This is why I started speaking in tongues. It just came out of me naturally. Like I never was speaking in tongues before, but it's to the point this English word is not even doing it. I'm casting these demons out of my freaking space because it was just simple as me wanting to sleep. What you're not gonna do is mess up my sleep. That's what you're not gonna do. I'm trying to really snooze. You're messing up my Z's. I'm wake up. I'm chanting mantra. I'm chanting. I'm speaking in tongues. I'm spitting hymns. I'm humming. Literally, one time I got up, I put on Bruja by my girl Nokia, shaking my butt at 3 a.m., shaking ass at 3 a.m. in the morning because get up off of me. Like, get up out of my space so I can rest and rejuvenate. You feel me? And this is what I was going through for like, again, this is after the celibacy journey. After I'm not speaking, I haven't spoken to this person about 5 years. Like I'm well much in my 20s on my grown woman stuff. This was like late teenager stuff that I was dealing with this individual. And anyways, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Oh snap! That I kind of didn't want to do, like things that you're physically not wanting to do, but like, oh, I have to drag myself up at 3 a.m. to go take a salt bath. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to just sleep. But no, Spirit's like, get up, go take a salt bath. Now, I wasn't trying to do none of this stuff. I wasn't taking it serious. I kept getting dragged, and it was to the point where I'm taking spiritual baths. I was taking my walnut baths, burning. I was burning. I was doing the hyssop, 5-finger grass, walnut. That walnut whole hit, and I would add coconut milk now. Coconut walnut bath with the hyssop, 5-finger grass with the crasquilla, the eggshell powder. I ordered off Amazon, pound that up, heated that up in the stove. Baby, get into it. If you got some heavy energies on you, get into it. Had my crystals. I was saging the bath. I was getting in the bath. Whenever my parents would leave, I would put on cord cording. And this cord cording video, the lady was just like, I release cord cutting. I released this. I'm playing that 3 days in a row. I did 3 days of this bath, right? I'm like, bro, these energies is heavy hitting. You finna get up off of me. You finna get up off of me. I put sea salt in there with that walnut, holding that 5-finger grass, boiled that up, and poured it in the bath. The first night was exhausting. I was in there for an hour. I was in there screaming bloody hell. I was like, I release no more. I was just yelling to the top of my lungs. I release all this pain the women went through in my bloodline. I was just like, we release. We're not putting up with this no more. And I was just chanting mantra, what I want, what I see, what I envision, come in, come through. We're ripping all of this stuff out. So I did this. I was in the tub for like an hour. I was just tossing, and all of my energy bodies, I could feel it, and I was releasing it, letting the lady's voice play of releasing cord cutting. I'm burning the sage. I have my selenite next to me while I'm in that hot bath of that walnut bath. That shit hit, because I got out that bath that first night. I was drained. I could barely walk. I walked to my room. I didn't have time to dry off. I took a shower first. I would take a shower. I did my exfoliating, then I got into my bath. Did that 3 nights in a row. The first night I was exhausted. I barely walked to the room, collapsed in my bed, went to sleep, and I was clear. And then the second night I did that. I did the same thing again. The second night it was a little bit lighter, but I'm like, okay, I can feel the energy lifting. I went to my bed. Okay, I can at least dry off. I'm about to go to sleep. Did my prayer, go to sleep. And I think I did my shielding as well. And then that third night, I was like, yes, I feel so good coming out of this bath. And that 3 night, that hit, that did the thing. And then I was dragged into, again, when I was getting these psychic attacks, I was going to meet people. I am a medium. I am the oracle. I was going to people do readings for me, just searching, not trusting myself. It's just not trusting myself, not trusting myself. The need to provide it and protect it, period. And I was just, the lady was giving me reading. She was like, yeah, you need to do a 7-day fast. She was actually right. I did a cleanse, like really just isolate, stay in the house. And she was right. That's what I did. She was like, literally get off of social media. And I think I was low-key off and on. I never did a full hiatus of a week without my phone. My brain is addicted. I'm sorry. We're gonna get there. Man, I really do need to do a whole hiatus for my cell phone. I literally be looking for it. My brain's like, where's my phone? I literally have memes running in my head like, this is so unhealthy, it's so unhealthy, it's so unhealthy. And then to even be comparing yourself to people through a screen is wild. But anyways, I did a 7-day fast. It was pure fear that was fueling me, honestly, because this person coming through, I feel the spells, I feel all of the bull crap coming through the realms, and I'm just like, boy, get up off me, get up off me. And so like I was just, the voices were strong. I look at the voices, the thought realms was just so heavy. And this was after the I don't know what the equinox. Y'all let me know what the equinox is around Halloween. I can't right now, but yeah. So going through, is it the equinox or is it the, anyway, that's irrelevant right now. But I was literally going in my pantry, getting rid of anything processed, getting rid of it. I literally was throwing away coconut milk because it had guar gum. Guar gum, throw it out. I literally threw out everything I had. And then my neighbor ended up gifting me chocolate when it was around my birthday time. Spirit was like, no, you can't have that. That's when I was fasting from sugar. I literally gave all the chocolate out for free. And it was Ferrero. We love Ferrero. I'm back on it now. We learned to do it in increments. And like you just fast from it regularly. But Ferrero, and it was the white coconut one with the white chocolate. That's my favorite chocolate, y'all. I gave it all away for free when I vended in Orlando at this women's event, which I really want to link up with them again. I foresee it in Orlando. But anyways, yeah. All these sidebars. But anyways, yeah. I literally got rid of everything in the pantry that if it's not fresh fruit, I got rid of it. And I literally was not on solids. Like I literally was pushed to literally cut the cords. Literally, I was in my prayers. I was literally playing Psalms 91 while I slept. And it literally put up huge barriers. And it slowly started to fade because I realized the power is, anyways, yeah. Look, people, the enemy don't be sleeping or whatever. No rest for the wicked. But anyways, yeah, I was literally going through Psalms 91, playing it while I slept. Um, Literally, what was that? I just had a blank. Oh yeah, literally being pushed into doing a fast. I did a week fast of I was supposed to do 7 days, 7 nights of nothing but water. Now I realized, do coconut water, baby, because you're getting something from it. This water, unless you're doing reverse osmosis or plasma water, it doesn't really have many nutrients. Like there's no electrons really vibrating in this water from the refrigerator or the faucet, which is chemicals, anyways. So I would suggest either reverse, if you're not doing reverse osmosis, do plasma water, or just to do, or if you get if cancer machines are expensive, but investments, right? Nothing's truly expensive. It's just worthy of your investment or not. Um, but yeah, now I know to do coconut water. I did watermelon juice. That was after. The first day I was really trying to go for 7 days, 7 nights. It was a struggle. It was definitely very much torture. I'm not going to hold you. I broke my sugar addiction within, I was very much, I really assessed my wound, my inner child wound and mother wound. And my emotional eating. I started emotional eating at like 8 or 9 years old. I would literally take sneak cookies and eat them in the bathroom. Crazy. And it was just like an emotional thing that was a lack of emotional fulfillment that I was trying to overcompensate through food. And this is why we have comfort food, but like comfort yourself. We love, honestly, I just love food. But anyways, it's valid. But yeah, I broke my sugar addiction. That's when I lost all that weight. I don't know if y'all saw, I dropped like 50 pounds. I got back to my actual natural size because this food in America is not really good quality. It's just processed food. It's trash, respectfully. Sometimes I'll get me some samosas from the aisle in Publix. Little here and there, you know what I'm saying? But it's best to just make your own from scratch, honestly. It's top tier. Making your own food. It's a flex. Yeah, so like I broke my sugar addiction within 7 days. It literally just fast on nothing but liquid for 7 days. You're good. I would suggest like cucumber water, blending up cucumber with watermelon juice is definitely a good one. And definitely will clear you out. But I did I was trying to go for 7 days and 7 nights. When I did the best I could. It was just 7 days. I didn't reach the last night part of the last day, but to be anal, right? But I did what I did. Okay, it took me 3 times to get it right. I kept trying to fast under the roof. I'm living with my parents. They keep bringing food home. One way to get me, I'm a Southern gal. When you bring that fried shrimp, And that fried fish with the French fries and the hush puppies, you got me, I'm sold. You got me, I'm sold. You can't bring that to me and expect me not to indulge. And the fish and grits, I wake up to fish and grits, baby. I'm chowing down. Why are you bringing? I'm trying to fast. They're bringing good food home, and I'm trying to, bruh. Why are you bringing fish tacos when I'm trying to fast for 7 days and 7 nights? And that'll get the demons up off you. Let me stop. But sometimes you're just guided to do that, and I kept failing on like day 4 or day 5. The first time I failed on day 4, my mom bought my favorite food, and she's like, "You can have it, baby. Give it to me." I broke. And then I'm like, okay, I'm back to doing my fasting. Stop distracting me. Okay, I start up again. Day 5, I broke. Bro, I'm trying to get to 7 days and 7 nights. I was not yielding because I'm like, I feel like I have to do it. And that was leading me to tap more into my strength that is there. And the third time I got it right, I did 7 days. It didn't get the 7 night part when the sun goes down, but baby, I did 7 days, okay? Congratulations. And then that's when I got on liquid. I'm like, okay, I'm on this liquid thing. And I started getting watermelon. I did a watermelon juice fast. I'm excited because I want to do another one. Somebody send me watermelon, seeded watermelon, please. Seeded or not is getting juiced. I just feel like watermelon is supposed to be juiced. But yeah, with lime, and I add my orange peel powder. You have to put that lime in there, and it hits. And it's good mixed with mango too. And I just did a dragon fruit mix. I'm getting so sidetracked. I just love food and fruit and making things. But yeah, I did 5 days of watermelon juice. I felt like God, okay? Bow down to me. Full light, body activated. And when I did that first 7 days of nothing but liquids, the manifestation was like this. The way that I was tracking, the way things that came in my life was just crazy. Crazy. So yeah, that solar plexus, clearing that out, has a lot to do with manifestation and like keeping your stuff clear. And I love food so much. But now I'm to a point where it's just about eating electric foods. I love me some lamb chops, but I guess if I'm eating meat, it has to be halal. It really has to be halal. And if it's not halal, baby, you just need to find halal. I'm trying my best. We get what we get, okay? I think I might do the pescatarian. I don't know. I just don't want to label things. I think I just flow with the motions of the season. Sometimes it's just a season to fast. Listen to your body. Listen to your womb, ladies. You know what you need when you need it. And you just follow through that. So now we indulge diligently. We're really trying to just make our stuff from scratch mostly. Because all this stuff in the market, they put unnecessary ingredients in there. I like to, look, if y'all go to Publix, hit aisle number 2. Hit aisle number 2. That's where all the, straight from the islands. Look, that's where all the good stuff at. I'm just saying, them tamarind balls be hitting. That's what I want right now. But yeah, anyways, send me to the island, bro. I'm ready to go. It's the year. My GoFundMe is in my bio on my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube, period. Anyway, it's gonna go. And so are you. Yeah. But I'm getting really geeked now because the energy's lighter. I got through the heavy stuff. That's my testimony, y'all. That's what I've been through, the trials and tribulations. And this is what we're dealing with on the planet. Ladies, rise. Okay, dive deep into your womb power. If you're dealing with fibroids, cysts, I don't trust the doctors. I'm sorry, y'all. I know some of them be meaning well, but they're just running off scripts that are given by these people that's siphoning off of the womb to begin with. That's why we're even bleeding to begin with. We weren't always bleeding. I feel like we weren't always bleeding, but we're not going to get into that because you stop bleeding when you get into water. So we water beings. These water beings are coming back online, full activated light body. You don't even need to eat food. But like I said, there's levels to the shit. We're going to get back to it, okay? Just going back to just eating fruits and just like, okay, not even digesting pulp, using your full life force. And that's what I went through when I was doing my 5 days of watermelon juice. And that's what I had before I had manifested that whole sound healing thing. And that's when I manifested these things. And I finally stretched my ears of the whole ear stretching thing. I'm moving really fast because I'm trying to wrap it up. You feel me? Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, my ladies, if you feel me, help me hear you say, tap into that womb. Because we can really heal this. It doesn't sit right with me that fibroids and cysts have become the norm. And I'm dealing with finally releasing cysts myself, just following my intuition. Y'all, the cysts it's so unpleasant when it come out if you have cysts. It started releasing when I just started following my intuition. Isn't that crazy? Baby. And yes, I want to make further videos on sexual liberation, what is true sexual liberation, what it is and what it ain't, and how it's linked into your sexual pleasure and liberation and diving into your full potent cosmic power, your divine birthright is actually linked to just basic pleasures, which ties into your inner child. We're going to go into that, okay? And I want to go into how it ties into the inner feminine within the men as well, but I do want to keep the focus mostly on women. But it is definitely coherent. I don't know, sorry, wrong word. It's definitely like it links into the men as well with their divine feminine. And yes. And so yeah, I'm about to go eat my food. Oh, 808, Hawaii, Honolulu. I'm technically 20. I turned 26 this year, which is 8. In this year 8, 2024 is year 8, year of the dragon. 808 is Honolulu, Hawaii's area code. I've been working with that part for so long, getting there. Y'all, let me get there. Like, I'm gonna get there anyway, I feel. But if you want to donate, you give freely to receive freely. My GoFundMe is in my bio on my Instagram, which is Auroracle Gems, the same as my YouTube, which is what I'm uploading to. 808 double infinity, heartbeat of my mama, double time. The 8th heartbeat of the planet is 8 hertz, double time. Yeah, 808 drums. Ha! Get into it. But yeah, yeah. So time for the women to tap back into their wombs. We're dealing with this giant dark beast on the planet, and it is technically a spiral out and a fragmentation, an amplified fragmentation of our inner wounds due to disconnecting from ourselves and not truly loving ourselves and staying connected to self. So the disconnection from self, I think self separated from self to fragmentate to kind of experience self further, like the land separating from the ocean, the masculine separating from the feminine, stuff like that. The man spiraling out of the woman, all of these things to further experience itself. And it goes into, like, I call it the dance of God. You go out and then you come in. So like these are just cycles. I'm not saying that anything is necessarily wrong or right or bad or good. I think things get clouded with that. I feel like there's a giant gray area, but yes, it's time to cycles of Maya. We're coming into reintegrating, really opening up those ancient templates of who we truly are. Mayan is coming to me because yes, we're tapping into heavy Mayan energy, period. Put some respect on it. Heavy Aztec energy, Mesopotamian, like Mesoamerican, MERS. I just go do some research further into like Mexican, Mesoamerican, before the infiltration of the Spaniards. Those are the homies, and there's literally villages of all dark, so beautiful. Yes, coming back online. These MERS, mermaids. I don't think that name's accurate, but anyways, made in Mer. These beings, these electric light beings of pure. It's like all floating in water, like didn't even need food, like not even eating fish. But anyways, look, these are just phases that we're going through, and I'm chowing down. And that's why I'd be on the fence of like going full vegan and just eating halal, which is not harming, not torturing them, and just like one kill type situation. Man, when hunting was a thing, I just feel like hunting would just be like invigorating, like the hunt. I fantasize about stuff like that. So, and I went through like, this is a whole other video. I'll probably go into my dark feminine, how I spiraled into my dark feminine. And I went through this phase of, you really have to find a balance. It's about balance, not about always ascending. Sometimes you got to descend. You really have to descend to, it's just like we go through the cycles. We're multi-dimensional vibrational beings. So sometimes you vibrate high, sometimes it's time to go low. Sometimes it's really balancing it out. I like to find a nice balance. Because when I started going again, I got into this fasting, like you don't need food to survive. And I knew that. I started getting to this higher. And then I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not even masturbating. I'm like, I again, with self-love and not even thinking that I deserve pleasure. Linked again to the papa wound. It is how you think you're healed, and it keeps spiraling. You spiral into a new version of that healing each time to go even deeper into love. And sorry, it's a little bug on my window. But yeah. And crazy. Now we're all about popping that pum pum power potent. Yeah, stroker. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're not eating punani, if you're not getting that cute, anyways, we're not gonna go to that right now. But yeah, so I went to this whole higher phase of like pretty much diminishing and downgrading my lower essence, I guess my primal nature, which now we're getting into our primal, and a higher lower and integrating it, weaving it. That's what I got into after I got dragged to my underworld again, because she was like, what about me? You think you just can put me in a cage and I'm only gonna come out to serve you when you need like protection? So that is how it is sometimes. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let her out her leash. Like, what are you doing? And then you're just like shaming that part of yourself, and I had to integrate that. And it's a lot of integration work. And yeah, man. And then literally it got so strong that I got dragged by her, and she was like, I want, she was hungry, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, okay? She was willing to come out. She's wild. I'm a frenzy. Where's the meat? We got the meats. No, literally, that's when it's just funny, the correlation between sex and food. I started craving lots of meat, and I'm like, okay, I'm on nothing but nothing. I went from nothing but liquids, we don't need food, to literally, where's the meat? Give me lamb chops. And I started getting bad on my lamb chops. The lamb chops be hitting, I'm gonna tell you. And make a halal baby, I'm in. Okay, the nice side of steak fries. I like going to the Lebanese people because they be having halal. But anyways, put you on game. My melanated beans, like if you want really good quality stuff, just go to the Lebanese people. They got the good stuff. But anyways, yeah. I'm going to the Asian markets. But anyway. Yeah. So I literally started craving meat and blood. I went to that whole phase of, bro, I'm literally, and it got dark. It got interesting. I didn't even know. Anyways, knowing the self more, and how things come full circle and cycle back. But yeah, that's my testimony. Get into it, and this is just the beginning. I'm gonna be diving. I would want to do more. This originally started as a travel vlog page. Well, I started because I wanted to travel vlog, and I'm gonna be doing more traveling. And stay tuned for that. I don't have a camera yet, but I will. I feel like somebody's gonna gift me a camera, or I'm just gonna have the money to get it. But anyways, currencies need to be flowing because stagnancy ain't cute. Even if you're doubtful about where you're going, even if you're doing it scared, just keep it moving. As long as you keep moving, you can keep learning, keep growing, keep accessing tools to better build that which you are here to build. And you get experiences, and you get divine alignment. Like, you just keep moving. It's gonna work out. Just keep moving. It don't matter if it look crazy, if it look dumb. Heck, even if it is like, why are you even doing that? Just do something. Keep it moving. I learned that because stagnancy ain't cute. Sitting about wondering, what if this? What if it's not the right choice? Just do it. If you're feeling it, just go ahead and do it. You might learn something about yourself. I don't know. You might just meet somebody who you're meant to meet. Might just move out the country. But yes, diving deeper into this manifestation, and then there's going to be more videos about this, how to tap more into deeper into your womb healing. I really want to get back on my webinars and stuff, and sacral healing, and really all of this. And really, it's so crazy. You can really heal a whole blood when you heal your own womb. And yes, it's just crazy, power, potent. Poom poom power is potent. Okay, punani power. Pew. But yeah. Yoni massages are so important. I think I might do yoni steam. Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, O'Neill, and it's breaking, burdening barriers. Yeah, I know I'm a sucker for some. I'll forget the word. Lord. Oh Lord. Coming to me right now. Alliteration. Okay. I'm a sucker for alliteration. But yes, these cycles that we go into because out of the comfortability of coping mechanisms, rather than really getting to the root of it and really getting into those uncomfortable feelings, sitting with our darkness, sitting with our wounds, and just hugging it, just licking those wounds, tasting that blood. Yes, taste all those metals in that blood. Feel that pain coursing through you. That is the space that has been pushed and sprouting open due to your disconnection from yourself. Now, once you feel it, now you can realize you don't want to be disconnected from yourself. Now you can pave the way to go and guide yourself back to yourself and never leave her again. Really, and they're trying to, that's how, look, the powers that be that ain't, look, please, that is nothing on you. That is nothing on you. To not disconnect from yourself, to really integrate that inner child's womb, power, pleasure, play. This is the things that I'm going to be getting into. If you want to see more of this, you want to connect more through this, maybe you resonated with what I spoke on through my testimony, through your experiences, please leave it in the comments. Anything that you've experienced that might be similar, let's connect. Let's connect through these, sharing our experiences. Let's not be afraid to open up our traumas. Let's bust it wide open, because once you bust it open, The bust open those traumas and those pains, the more you can get to the deep cause of those wounds and heal them and confront those dark parts, those fragmentations, and hug them and integrate it and really rise into your truest, wholest, true embodiment of love. Your true soul essence can express how it's truly trying to express without it being any weird projections or more breakoffs due to more coping mechanisms. Like, you know, you don't want to spiral and cycle deeper into that false sense of security, that facade. You want to spiral up and into your truest version. So that's what this is about. And this is what we're dealing with on this planet as a whole. This is my personal experience within the cosmic collective thing that we're vibrating in. But yes, so yeah, share your experiences, share the video, like, share, comment. I hope this lets me save it. I really, really do. Because I want to post some clips to my Instagram so they can get the memo over there to come over here. And yes, I'm excited about the whole journey ahead. And I kept coming, anyways, actually lack thereof, but we'll get there. Yeah, I'm just excited about the journey before me. Right now, I'm at the space of non-attachment and really realizing the impermanence of life and the impermanence of everything, and really what life and death is, and what rebirth really is, and how that ties into our femininity and how we just flow with spirit, and we're not super structured. We're very flowy like the ocean, and men are more so like mountains, but we have solid mountains on the inside. So your strong foundation is within you. You flow with the way that it flows, even if it looks very erratic, sporadic to people in the physical realm. You follow that first eye, not the two eyes. Fall into that faith, lean on that faith, lean out on your own understanding. Just follow that pull of that flow, and how this is what we do naturally, not as just medicine women, but I feel like we're all just medicine women originally, right? Some are just more wounded than others, and we're rising back in that power and just following that divine essence. We're feminine, we flow divine manifestation of the feminine. We are just moving chaos like the ocean. Each wave is going to be different. You cannot really predict the waves. They come in different ebbs and flows, and it's beautiful. And I'm really learning to own that with the power, trust that flow, and really have that, all of that life and death and rebirth, of course, is through the womb. From womb to tomb, like how that power is to be yielded, and to really honor the cycles of life truly, because through this false paradigm, we're really disconnected from the natural flows of life, the natural death and rebirth. We're to a point where humans don't want to shed skin. Like, they're literally coming up with ways to cope to keep the skin on. But baby, the snake has to shed its skin. It is growing. It is expanding. Even the beetles, the bugs, they shed their skin. Every life form goes through some form of shedding. You cannot separate from that. Even the false systems are based off of organic, natural systems. So it's like, really, you might as well just go ahead and reconnect, because we're overcompensating for the lack thereof. You might as well go ahead and reconnect. You cannot escape me. But yes, tapping back into that and just really honoring the impermanence of life, and just letting go of things. Got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and it was a huge release, and I'm looking forward to getting rid of more stuff. Yes, attachment. Just truly being present and truly connecting, truly feeling deeply without actually being attached. Wow, isn't that liberating? Tap in, keep tapped in with me. I'm gonna be posting more about this. I like to just share my experience and my journey and guide women to come in and share their experiences, their journey. We're all so different. One size doesn't really be fitting all. I mean, there could be like a blueprint. You kind of can tweak it to yours, what fits you, what tailors you. But we're all just find your flow. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to guide you to you. Yeah. So peace be. I'm finna go eat, shout down. Stay bodied in your breath and in your bliss. I don't know how to end this thing. How do I end it? Oops. Didn't know you can flip the camera. I'm trying to really save it. Oh my goodness, how do I end this?